Common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Ask about Ubrelvy.
ABC 36 News Now. ABC 36 News starts now.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Doug High.
And I'm Lisa High.
Thanks for joining us. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck, get a peek outside and find out how we're doing. T.G., boy, one thing we could count on is the heat and humidity this afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of the same old song and dance. Final day of July, all week long. We've dealt with, of course, as you mentioned, the warmth, heat, humidity, and afternoon thunderstorms. Another round just to the west of Lexington, basically around the Louisville metro area and just east of I-65. Had an earlier batch of showers that moved across southern Kentucky. Still got a few flash flood warnings down into parts of Knox, Bell, and Harlan counties. That'll expire in about 15 minutes. But these storms really packing a pretty good punch. A lot of lightning with these from Bardstown over to Springfield, Nelson, and Washington County. Also pretty healthy cell out on its own southwest of Lebanon and crawling up the Bluegrass Parkway on the west side of Anderson County. A number of severe thunderstorm warnings there into southern Indiana. Watching this cell closely, which is just north of Lake Cumberland, there in northern Adair County, northeastern Adair County, and down into Russell County. Interesting today, look at the cloudiness. This has had a huge impact on temperatures. We are way underdone central and eastern Kentucky because of the lack of sunshine, but it cleared along I-65 and a big complex of storms rolling our way. And as a result, that's allowed those to sustain themselves, so to speak. The morning action that we had here along I-75, and we did have a few little flood advisories and flash flood warnings there. And this should look familiar on the regional radar, just one right after the other. These clusters of thunderstorms lined up and riding off to the southeast with that upper level northwest flow. So they're relatively slow movers, and of course they can produce some heavy rainfall and some damaging winds. So we've got a severe thunderstorm watch that does include the metro area until 8 o'clock for that activity back to the west. Again, this should look familiar as well. We're under level 2 across the board, damaging winds. That small spin-up tornado, haven't had much problems with that. Hopefully that will continue to be the case. As we mentioned the last couple of days, the model data in this type of pattern really has a big issue with trying to ping exactly the timing and placement of this stuff. So we're still looking at several rounds as we head into tomorrow morning. The other part of this, as mentioned, any of these can produce some heavy rain. And given the amount that we've had of late, that flash flood risk elevated. You see kind of an ominous look near Lake Cumberland with some of that activity just off to the northwest of the lake. Franklin County, note the overcast and only 83. Remember, we were expecting low 90s, but the debris clouds that have really held on, only upper 70s and low 80s. Of course, super duper muggy, low to mid 70 dew points. So more of the same as we go through the rest of the afternoon. I think upper 70s, low 80s will do it for afternoon highs, especially with that activity moving in. Flipping the calendar to August, more of the same for the late week. I'll talk about that in your 7-day coming up.
We'll see you shortly, T.G. Thank you. Well, in our top story at 3 arrests made yesterday in connection to the 2023 murder of Eastern Kentucky woman Amber Spradlin.
Our Jane Davenport tells us what they're charged with as they appear in court today.
Happening right now, the 3 suspects charged in connection to 39-year-old Amber Spradlin's murder are appearing in court for their arraignments. According to the indictment, Michael McKinney III is charged with murder, while his father, Michael McKinney II, is charged with tampering with physical evidence, along with a third suspect, Josh Mullins, who is also charged with tampering with physical evidence. Officials say Spradlin was found stabbed to death in a home on Arkansas Creek Road in Floyd County back on June 18, 2023. And now, over a year later, 3 arrests have been made in connection to her death. The indictment saying McKinney III allegedly intentionally killed Spradlin by repeatedly stabbing her with a knife. McKinney II, McKinney III, and Mullins are all charged with tampering with physical evidence, as they allegedly concealed, destroyed, or removed the handle of the broken knife used to murder Spradlin, allegedly concealed, destroyed, or removed the clothing McKinney III was wearing when he allegedly killed Spradlin, and allegedly concealed, destroyed, or removed a surveillance camera that would have allegedly captured Spradlin's murder. Now, all three should be in court right now for their arraignments. We'll have details from their appearances coming up later.
As our Jane Davenport from a newsroom report there. Well, in Madison County, 3 people arrested in connection to a stabbing in Richmond on Sunday. They've now been charged after an arraignment this morning. Police arrested Jamar Simpson, Akila Parker, and Tiara Gaines. Police say they were patrolling an area near North Madison Avenue when a bystander told officers that a woman had been stabbed. According to authorities, the victim was taken to UK Hospital and was rushed to surgery. After their arraignment today at 9 this morning, they appeared over Zoom. Charges against Simpson, Parker, and Gaines included assault, possession of marijuana, endangering the welfare of a minor, and being the accomplice of an assault. All of them waived a formal arraignment and entered a not guilty plea. Their next preliminary hearing is scheduled for August 7th at 9:30. The Humane Society is now offering a reward for information leading to the arrest of people who intentionally set a litter of puppies on fire. Back in late May, a resident found a litter of 13 puppies on Todd's Road with severe burns. 7 of the puppies had died from the intentional burning. When found, the rest were taken to a veterinarian where staff attempted to treat the surviving puppies. Ultimately, all of the puppies died due to the burns. Lexington Fayette Animal Care and Control plans to file 13 counts of animal cruelty against the people once they are found. The reward for information on the suspects is $5,000.